Welcome to the wonderful world of weirdness on the LTK Love Them Knives channel. We're back. Holiday season is over. And we're talking about the Kansept Hellx in G10. It's a hellix of a knife. It really is. It's a Mikkel Willumsen design. She's a big boy. She's big. She's like 8 3/4 inches overall length. Look at that hoss of a blade. Looks like it's like got a little coating on there. And I think it's a D2. Don't they tell you that somewhere in here? They do. Right up there, D2. It says it. So this is the 1008. The T1008 Alpha 2 for G10, and it's got these steel liners here, but they're not titanium, obviously, and they're not aluminum because they're magnetic, so they're steel. G10 over here, kind of grippy, nice. It's a liner lock, flipper, tactical, and get right up on this sucker and you can use it like, come here, I'm gonna cut me something now. Cut me something. Oh, it just jumped out of the way. I don't even think I made contact with it. Okay, yeah, that was, yeah. I think that's functional sharpness. Yeah, just gonna like I cut my finger the other day. That took no problem. Didn't even feel it until the blood started coming. But yes, this is, it's plenty sharp out of the box. Comes in a box like this, even though it's a rockin' $57 total deal on here. Look at this, the Alpha 2, right? And it's gray coating D2 blade, mind you. OD green G10 anodized blue stainless steel. Really? Where's the anodized blue stainless steel? Whoops, think we got our boxes mixed up. But you can get them with like a black G10 and anodized blue stainless steel. So it probably just got a little mix up on there. White Mountain Knives. See, and there's the blue with the gray stainless steel. And oh, by the way, they got the whole lineup here. So there's the one I got. There's the one I'm talking about. I guess they were talking. There's probably the one they were talking about with the blue stainless and probably the black. But you can get them in titanium, by the way. But these are the 3 G10 models, all $57.50. But, you know, LTK is your discount code. I know I push that a lot, but, I mean, don't get gypped, man. You know, $5.70. That'll almost buy you a Starbucks. Almost. But yes, and as of the last time I bought something from White Mountain, which is like damn near like 3 times a week, no tax yet. Many people are having to charge tax because it's what the states do, and or shipping costs in the USA, regardless of how much you're spending. So, you know, then you're saving even more and more. So would this be about 52 smackers? A little less than that. Okay. But yeah, I mean, not bad. D2, and we've tested their steel, and yes, it's real D2, and their S35 is real S35. And I don't think I've ever done any Rockwells on it because lost our Rockwell guy. I think we got another guy. So hopefully in the future I'll be doing that. But, I mean, this is on bearings. It's centered. No blade player lock rock. None of those shenanigans there. Check the lockup. Hell, that's 25 to 30% if it's a dime's worth. And it weighs about 5 point something ounces. 5 point something. I'm pretty precise. Thank you, Spock. 5.55 ounces at 157 grams. So, hey, oh, by the way, if you're the big money man, big money, get the titanium one. And you know what? This one's only 5 point, like, it's 166 grams, so it's like 5.8 ounces. Yeah, 5.88 ounces. So check it out. I mean, this, I don't know why, 5.8 ounces shouldn't feel light, but I guess maybe it's the span of the knife, but in the hand here, it just doesn't feel like it's that heavy. And neither does this really. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of strange. Although, I mean, it is under 6 ounces, so it's in a pretty acceptable range for a knife that's almost 9 inches long, that's got a really tall blade like that. Okay? Although the blade looks pretty suitable for a lot of slicing tasks and even some piercing type stuff. Plus the ergos, and let's put the tie back in place, because I did a separate video on that I've already published, so check that out. But we will disassemble this one too and take a look at the inner guts. And, deep carry pocket clip here, right hand only, a lot of jimping going on here. That G10 backspacer really extends a long way and goes all the way around. Now, blade to handle length is pretty reasonable there, and the design flows nicely as well. Where's my balance point? And then it's tucked right up into here. You know what I mean? You can't go back here and balance. It ain't going. So you got to really get up under there. So that's pretty good midway balance point there. And like I said, you just chuck right up on here. And for like close-up tasks, or really tasks where I want to have some control, I'm going to crawl up here, because then I could just really hoss down on this, or at least do some precision. And, with a blade this big and wide, you need to get precise. It's not like getting the little CJRB RIA or a little PM3 or something. This is, something that's going to be a little bit more difficult to get precise with, but at least you can get up there. Or if you want, you got major tasks where you need all the blade, then you can back up here. And the ergos on here are not bad. They're pretty neutral. So that's good. Right here, that feels good. Okay, and then the rest of these fingers along here. Okay, reverse grip. That feels fine. Okay. So, not bad. And I'll listen to the tape on it. But yeah, it's like 3 3/4 inch out here in the hinterlanders. Come on, get on there. Well, it's 3.62, and they say that on the box. Okay, yeah, closest point on the bolster clear up here, but down here, you almost got 4 inches to the, part way in on the choil. You got 3 3/4 inch cutting edge, which is about 96, 97 millimeters, okay? Overall, you got 22.5 centimeters, not 9 inches, but over 8 3/4, 8.8. So on my last one, I think I said 8.75, but you know what? I must have been a little bit off on that, because these are the exact same size. So maybe the tip slipped through the end of my tape when I was doing that. I'm going to remeasure now. Yeah, it's more like 8.85, so it's really close to 9 inches. So comes in a box, which is pretty good for like a $50 shooter, isn't it? I mean, you slide it open. Not sure if I'm digging this box that much, but okay, and it's pretty solid. They stick the paperwork in here, and you get a microfiber cloth and some just general paperwork. It's not specific to the knife, unfortunately. Although, to their credit, I guess they do put it on the end of the box. So, yeah, you get to see this, and it'll tell you the blade type, OD green, all that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, and then here comes your pouch. It's not a zipper pouch. It's not a Velcro pouch. It's just got a flap, and then, of course, your plastic goes into. So, I mean, it's a pretty good setup for, like I said, a $50 knife. sometimes this paperwork is a pain in the ass to get out of here. So I kind of wish they'd reconfigure that a little bit. But there we are, tight. It's not like the top's going to fall off or the bottom, or you're not going to have structural damage. My Spyderco boxes, they're really flimsy and they get messed up easy. But this should stay pretty solid. It's kind of a velveteen feel to this cardboard, so it kind of picks up material here and there. But, I mean, c'est la vie, at least it protects the knife, so we're good there. And it's quick over the detent. So check it out. See, it's over the detent, drops quick. There we go, click. There's no play in the detent zone. Now, the detent's not super strong. Okay, so yeah, I mean, let's call it a 3.8 or a 4.2 on my detent scale. It's definitely not a 5.5 or anything like that. 5.5 being pretty strong. 6.0 being just about top of the scale. I know that sounds crazy, but everything kind of floats in the 3 to 6 range on these flippers as far as detent goes, or flippers and or anything that has a detent. But yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, I got no problem with it. I don't think it's going to accidentally come open, you know, when you're active and doing things. I don't know what the hell you're going to be doing with a knife almost 9 inches long hanging in your pocket anyhow, but... And the pocket clip seems to work well, even though, I mean, I kind of like them when they flatten out a little bit. They come up and then they kind of flatten out, but that one works. I mean, I've carried it a couple times, so. And it looks like number 8's all the way through here for hardware, which is nice because there's still some of these guys just got to do the number 6s on the body, and I really don't much care for that. Although, you know what? I don't know about the pocket clip on this one. Hey, grab my number 8 and see. That's going to be number 6. Okay, yeah. But if I can get my hand steady here. Okay, yeah, there we go. And so these are number 8s on the body at least. And yeah, almost seems like everybody's doing number 6s still on their pocket clip. But many times you don't have to undo the pocket clip to take the knife apart and service it, so you don't have to mess with that. As long as you got number 8 with you, you're in good shape. Kicks open, makes a nice little clack when it gets open. And yeah, but you got to pull. I mean, because you can fail it like this. So just hand it to your buddies that never handle knives, and they'll do this. And you'll go, what the, how did you do that? Use a little confidence, dude. Pull, like it's a light switch. Okay? You don't just sit on a light switch like this. I don't know. What's it gonna do? I'm afraid. Okay. I'm sorry. I just can't get off of that. I just spent a whole day with non-knife people, and so. Okay. So here we go. And yeah, it's nice and sharp. Good looking knife. Nice bounce, flow design's good, Mikkel Willumsen, nice collaborative, and lanyard royale, right? You got plenty of lanyard area to go, so not a problem with that. So here's my Proto, okay? This was a prototype I got from Kansept. It says Gas Giant, so no, I mean, the name ended up as Hellx, and which Helix is actually a gas giant cosmic whatever thingy. But Hellx, and you can see the difference here. They changed the pocket clip between the prototype and the final production, went to a deep carry. So I think they reached out through their Facebook group, and I'll give you a link to their Facebook and their Instagram, but I think they reached out their Facebook guys and go, what do you think? And then people gave opinions, and they actually made changes based on that. How about that? That's pretty crazy. Let's see if there was actually, come to think of it, before I go starting to bust things open. Oh, so this is a 6.16 weight on this knife, and this does feel significantly lighter 5.55. So they did that with not only the G10, but the titanium models as well, because this is 5.55. The titanium model is 5.88, but the prototype one of these was 6.3. So they definitely knocked a bunch of weight off of the knives. And I don't know where they took it from. May have been, you know what, off of the width of, and let me see if I've got any, if I can zero this out. Okay. Okay. So let me see. 0.154. So that would be about, see, that'd be about 4 millimeter blade thickness. Yeah, and 3.5. Okay. So they took a 0.5 millimeter thickness off the blade from the Proto. See, I was trying to go, everything else looks the same. Where's it got to be? It's got to be in that blade, because the blade is big, and that's the meaty part of that knife. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah, I was wondering. Same probably with the titanium then, if I went back and got my Proto against my production one. But the Proto had a regular 2 screws here. And so they weren't coming up through the scale like they are here. So this made it a deep carry on the titanium model, where it wasn't, because where that second screw is, that came from the top. So you cut that much off on your deep carry on the prototype. And then, of course, they must have taken a 0.5 millimeter or 0.5 millimeter off of the thickness. So, amen. They figured it out, but you don't need 4 millimeter thick blade stock anyhow. I mean, it's kind of nice to have it meaty and all that, but yeah. Then again, you're dealing with weight issues here. And let me see what we got. Let's try and break this open without having to put a wrench on the other side to hold it. Yeah, I broke it away enough. Okay, holding it from that side. Otherwise, I could have put a number 8 here and broke it away, but I went back and forth, kind of, jarred it enough to loosen it up. Yeah, it had some thread locker on it. Okay, so let's kick it open here. And this is like nothing to it. There's just the pivot screw and then these 2 body screws, since everything comes up through the back. Okay, see, like I said, there it comes. And there's your G10 scale. And so it's very much like the titanium model. And then there are no additional screws here. So you just got that, and that is definitely skeletonized. Right? Of course, you don't need a washer because this is steel. And looks like ceramic bearings even on the $50 shooter here. So nothing wrong with that. Other side, here's your blade stop. Bingo bango. Here's your bearings. And yeah, we're all good. And they did some cutaways in here to lighten it up. So I think they did pretty much all they could in reality to make this thing as light as they could. Okay, got it out. Thank you. But yeah, as you see, it's not a D-shaped pivot, so it's round. But at least it doesn't have a screw coming in from this side. It's all solid here. Yes, thank you very much for that. All right, we're laid out. Of course, we got the liner. Bingo bango. We got the blade. Hail Mary. And of course, this is the travel here for your stop around through here. And then got this along with the backspacer, which we could pull away, but I don't need to expose the parts of the knife. And then it doesn't look like this is a ceramic detent ball. Kind of interesting in that respect, but oh well, I don't care. And then the outermost scale with the 2 screws that come through, your pivot screw, your blade stop, bearings, and pivot tube. So, yeah, shouldn't be too tough to put back together. We came from the back, so we go back to the back and stick this puppy in there. Where's my KPL? Let's one-hand it. Yes, we can. Okay. And we're going to put some bearings on here. Let's put our stop in here while we're messing around. And are we squeezing any out? Okay. And compress our little, since we're coming from the back, compress our lock bar so we don't jump everything out of here. And another set of bearings. And how about the liner, which there's no screws screwing this liner down. It just all comes from the, okay, come on. Are you good? Are we there? Looks like it. And then stack this puppy on top of here. And then we'll see if we can at least get the pivot screw settled in here to make contact. Okay, let's just do that for right now. Put our scale screws back in here if we can. You gonna let me do that? Okay. Let me see where we are. Okay, we're nailed down here. Okay, that's where we were before. That's all right. Okay, now we're good and we're centered. All right, we're back with the Hellx. Easy apart, easy together because it's just a couple of screws. Ceramic bearings, which is nice. Nice box and everything for a $50 knife. And then, of course, you know, you've got color choices. This is the Proto, by the way. But, yeah, take a look on White Mountain, what they have there. But an interesting design from Mikkel Willumsen. He's done collaborations with a lot of other knife companies. And very interesting design. Something for your consideration. If you like larger knives like this, then maybe this is something that you might want to look into. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out. You know what we do. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.